Well, overall, I can say it's been a good one. It was not an easy ride, but we have carried it on to this level, and we are hoping that it doesn't end here. We hope to spring forth from here to other levels, because obviously disasters don't end only in Bamenda, and subsequently, why not the national level? We realize that these community members are enthusiastic about carrying out actions that will prevent their communities being affected by disasters, and that is one thing to note, because at every time we call, they are there to answer, they are there to give proportions, especially the women whom we are trying to empower. You see them consistently giving in their inputs, which is applaudable.
With this sensitization in schools, it also gave us the opportunity to go to communities and sensitize people on climate change, the effects and the precautionary measures that they can be taken before disaster occurs. And my conclusion would be that this is the time for us to change our mindset, maybe take action to protect our planet. Yes, it is our priority and our moral duty to take responsibility on our environment and then to give our generation a good future.
I've never been exposed in some platforms, like social platforms, talk about the radio, not to talk of meeting people, meeting the authorities in this Cameroon. So this project has really exposed me to those places, and I'm very happy because, and in short, meeting those people and creating connections with them is like giving me the access to so many things. I can now address people, I can sensitize people. Like we were going through schools, doing sensitization about climate change, like teaching people about disaster risk management and how to put some measures in place, how to handle these disasters. So I have learned so many things as an individual, not to talk of impacting the life of others through this project. I have learned so many things for myself. I myself, I know how to manage so many things so far. Disaster is concerned in the community. So I'm really grateful for this project, and I want to say SEPA is the best place to be because it brings people to a social platform.
I represent women with disability, Bamenda 3. I'm here to really appreciate the project with SEPA. For these past months that we have been working. I'm a woman living with a disability, and this project was really inclusive, and the inclusive was really intentional because it involves many persons with disability in the Bamenda 1, 2, 3 communities to add their voices to this project, to see how the environment can be accessible for all of us, to see how we can add our own voices for the development of our communities, for the development of our environment, so that it can be accessible for all of us, so that together we can collectively hold and break down some persons with disability.
Actually, the overall effect or impact on the project has been positive, because we have had a lot of community dialogues, community outreach, awareness creation, and we have worked with the communities, following them up and witnessing also the crisis in which they have been facing, especially those of Bamenda 3. We have actually been with them in their community outreach, where we helped them to remove the containers that were causing the heavy floods. Also with Sisi and Bamenda 1, we have been able to reach out to the communities, especially with the recent landslides and the flooding which caused the death of a child. It's actually been a source or a mode to get the people's view, to interact with the community. And I think that this project has just gone in line to strengthen the capacity of SEPA and also to reach out to the community. We know that the community, it's from the community we get what is actually happening. So SEPA has actually, with this project, gone right into the community and have been able to get the community view. We have involved them in our dialogues. Now we just finished with the regional dialogue, which was the last. We have had community dialogues. We had the dialogue, the recent one at the Women Empowerment Center, and now the regional dialogue. This is just to show that the people are involved. It is their voices we are sending out. It is not SEPA's voice.
Yeah, I think this project first of all have to be very grateful to the Commonwealth Foundation for the support we received. And I want to say this is one of the most relevant projects that we have of recent in the city of Bamenda. Why? Because climate disasters are actually on the increase. Only this year, we cannot count the number of children that have been carried by floods in the city of Bamenda. It's been so huge, and one of the things we achieved with the project is engaging women to make their voices heard as vulnerable communities. So women have been transformed through this project to understand that they are no longer victims, but they are the champions of the solutions. So from the discussions, you can see them actively engaged, making proposals on how they begin to manage their own issues related to disaster risk reduction. As you can see, we are now consulting in the process of developing a disaster risk preparedness plan, and the regional assembly and the various councils and technical departments, they were here and they are looking forward to it because it's really very tricky and coming at a point in time when climate change disaster risks are actually on the increase in our city.